तो ज़्यादा थोड़ी सी ले ली भी बाद में।
इसके साथ ही पैनल्स इस तरह से वो जो मेडिसिन के और इसके बेसिक वजह होती है ऑक्सीडेशन, तो वो ऑक्सीडेशन उसी पे हमारा इसका अब ये बन के हम बना देते हैं
बल्कि हाउस और से क्या होता है कि जिसकी डेंसिटी लो होगी वो एट द बॉटम साइड आएगा, ठीक है, एंड जो डेंसिटी हाई होगी वो एट द बॉटम साइड आएगा। थ्रू दिस प्रोसेस वी कैन सेपरेट दिस मटेरियल, ठीक है। इसके एग्जांपल सर हमारा ऑलिव ऑयल होती है, व्हेन वी क्रश दिस ऑलिव ऑयल हर्ट्स, ठीक है, देन देयर इज ऑयल एंड वाटर मिक्स टुगेदर, कोचिंग प्रॉपर्टीज आती है। जिस तरह ये हमारे पास very less silicon.
So welcome to your BCCIR stall, sir. As far as the BCCIR is concerned, sir, it's for you, you know. The basic idea is, since he's our boss, so he knew all these things, but it's for you. The basic idea of BCCIR is to have, normally you will use the titanium 4 vanadium 6 mm. But keeping in view Pakistan, where we have the limited, resources, socio-economic problems, what we did, we used the base is 316L SS, and on the top we applied the titanium nitride coating. So as far as this hip joint is concerned, what we did that we have to develop this treatment. You just take the apple or whatever and just, so there's a big difference. We are just coming out of our own thing, that BCCIR is no more Pan, Supari, Charia. I'm sorry I used my own word. Right, sir? Well, sir, this whatever is chemistry.
inaugural ceremony of the Chemistry Expo arranged by Pakistan Science Foundation. Chemistry is a very vibrant science. It deals with an atomic and molecular scale explanation of the world around us. It is often called the central science because it bridges all branches of science and natural philosophy. It is very important that all members of the society should know some basic principles of chemistry, because understanding chemistry helps us to understand the world around us. If we know some chemistry, we can make educated choices about everyday products that we use. Chemistry is not limited to beakers and laboratories. It is all around us, and the better we know chemistry, the better we know our world. Children's Library Complex hereby appreciates the effort made by Pakistan Science Foundation in enhancing the international cooperation by serving as a focal point in Pakistan for chemistry-related activities, expos and exhibitions pertaining to the celebrations of the International Year of Chemistry 2011. Through this expo, we will get the opportunity to explore how chemistry is critical for solving the global problems involving the food, water, health, energy, transportation and many more. The students will be appraised to understand the role of chemistry in contributing towards the solutions to the global challenges. It will encourage the students to get engaged in scientific disciplines, especially the scientific method of analysis, developed by hypothesis, experimentation, analysis and conclusions. Children's Library Complex visualize this activity like the opening of a gateway towards the higher-order thinking skills development in students by engaging them in open-ended research activities. These students, when equipped with higher-order thinking skills, would later on make this country ready for the sustainable development over the global horizon. Pakistan Science Foundation established Science and Technology Museum and Natural History Museum at our premises many years ago. The said two museums are now in a pathetic condition. Pakistan Science Foundation is requested to support Children's Library Complex in renovating and upgrading the mentioned ones. It is worth to mention here that one of the objectives of the Children's Library Complex Lahore is critical thinking development in children through the provision of educational and recreational activities. We are in a dire need to get support from Pakistan Science Foundation in science and mathematics related activities, critical thinking related research work and science Olympiads. It would be a great contribution towards the development of higher order thinking skills in children if Pakistan Science Foundation declares Children's Library Complex as its science and mathematics center. We hope that Pakistan Science Foundation would pay due consideration to our request and would support us to enhance our service deliveries for the kids. Thank you.
Children or their parents or their teachers or the policy makers who actually have to make decisions for certain programs and developments in the country. And Pakistan Science Foundation, as most of you know, has a history of doing this kind of activity ever since its establishment in 1973, and it was established through an act of parliament. Our major mandate is to promote science and technology in the country, but also to popularize the scientific concepts at grassroots level, i.e. the school level, as well as the college and university level, through the boards of intermediate and secondary education. And within each board there is a competition, and the 3 winners of each board then also compete between the boards. So an inter-board competition is also organized, which is then organized in Islamabad, and the winners of the winners are awarded prizes, and also the board winners are awarded. This is to encourage them to write about science. But also another activity which has also gone on for the last 22 years is putting scientific concepts on chart, the science poster competition. And every year we have selected an issue on which the children are invited to compete and prepare some of the charts. One of the aspects when we had together with an exhibition which was on mathematics, it was called the Experiencing Mathematics. Again, that was also with the collaboration of our French friends. There we gave a task to children to draw their thoughts on charts, and the title was Mathematics and Geometry in Nature. And to tell you the truth, we were really amazed, and the judges were so impressed that some of the things those experts said that they had not really looked critically around themselves as to what was actually happening in nature, very much mathematically, and there were geometrical designs. So the emphasis is that we critically think, we critically observe and look around as to what is happening, because after all, whatever is in nature, whatever is happening that is for the benefit of mankind, and the researchers mainly have to only discover what is happening, how it is happening, and how it can be utilized for the benefit of the public at large. So for this activity, we have also been organizing national level science and technology fairs. Those used to be organized in Islamabad in the sports complex. The fairs would be going on for 1 month, and all R&D organizations, some of the commercial organizations would also set up their stalls there, including the organizations like PIA, like the railway, like the heavy mechanical complex and Suparco and so on, and it will be open for the public. But for mainly for security reasons, we stopped that activity and then began this traveling exhibitions, which are more of relatively easy to handle, and that also gave exposure to other regions of the country rather than just in Islamabad, because in that the main beneficiary of the people being exposed were those from Islamabad, Rawalpindi, or at the most some of the surrounding areas. Of course, we used to have people from Peshawar or Islamabad or Gujranwala at the most. But with this traveling exhibitions, and I'm grateful to the Embassy of France and the representative here, Dr. Frederic Brassard, for their support, because we joined hands with the French Science Center in Orleans, France, which now we have an MOU with also, not only for inviting some of the traveling exhibitions which have been developed in France, but we have only last December signed MOU with them and begun developing the expos locally with our team in Pakistan Science Foundation, and with other organizations, educational institutions across the country. We would be very willing to work together. Earlier on today, I was talking to the in charge of the librarian here, Mr. Bhatt, and he was telling me that they would like to have some more support from Pakistan Science Foundation. Let me make it clear, and I thank the lady who also mentioned our earlier contributions to this very complex, that we developed a science corner and a natural history corner, which was actually funded and also prepared by the team of Pakistan Science Foundation, and we are, inshallah, madam, very willing to support that. But let me say that ever since you have never talked about it, and I think I would like that it not only is maintained but also expanded, so that we can have more than one place for this activity. It can go to some other places, and I am told that Government of Punjab has decided earmarked place in Bahawalpur also, where children complex will be built, and Pakistan Science Foundation, with the support of the Ministry of Science and Technology, and Excellency the Secretary is here, so inshallah we will be very willing to support. So we can be partners with you there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this present expo, other than this expo, we have the science caravan that I like to mention, which have exposed so far over 2 million children in more than 7,000 schools. But this particular expo, it's all about chemistry, which was produced by the Science Center in France with the support of their Ministry of Foreign and European Affairs. and the scientific and technical support for preparing this expo actually came from the University of Orleans and the University of Tours. And that is why we have been requesting universities also here and R&D organizations to work with us more like their social responsibility to develop some of the exhibits which pertain to their disciplines, their products and their R&D for the exposure of young children who can then decide where they feel comfortable, what career they want to opt for, and also it will help the institutions, the universities and the R&D organizations to actually publicize their products and the processes. And I'm grateful to the PCSIR and the Director General, Dr. Shahzad Alam, sitting here for setting up this their stall in this exhibition, because in my opinion you saw some of the very ordinary products picked up from the market, displayed there, only to demonstrate that it is not just these exhibits that are specially developed and talk about chemistry, but there are so many simple things around, only we have to critically observe and relate those things. And when you relate it what some of the R&D organizations are doing, and also the industry we would like to bring in this system to highlight some of the things that need human resource also, and our young children are the human resource for future, not only human resource simply, but also future leaders. Let me thank the Excellency, the Ambassador of France, who was with us in Multan in opening the expo, and Dr. Frederick Bassat and their team for supporting us all. This expo, as you can see in the banner, began in Karachi on 6th January and it moved from there to Hyderabad and then Nagpur. It has been to Dera Ghazi Khan. Now Dera Ghazi Khan event actually got a lot of media coverage, because they were saying that this kind of activity has come to Dera Ghazi Khan for the first time. And Pakistan Science Foundation does emphasize on some of the less developed areas, rural areas, but also highlights the activity in some of the centers like Lahore. From Lahore, the exhibition will move to Islamabad and then Mansehra, Peshawar, and then going into Balochistan where it will close. And I have just been informed by our friend Dr. Frederick, because we requested that there is a lot of demand from some of other areas, and Pakistan Science Foundation is willing to extend the duration and new places, but only if the Science Center in Orleans has not made a commitment with any other country, because these expos then travel around the world. So he just told that we can keep it for a couple more weeks in Pakistan, and inshallah we will also take it to some of the newer places. Let me also give you a little bit of information about the background of the expo. The year 2011 was an International Year of Chemistry declared by UNESCO, but it also coincided with the 100th anniversary of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, which was awarded to Madame Marie Curie, another expert from France, and therefore this was developed. One of the tributes in this expo was the women in science, because Madame Marie being a lady, this attribution was also given to the women contribution in science. And of course, you have seen that it highlights all aspects of chemistry and ultimately concluding that if we look around, yes, chemistry is all around in our body, in our food, in our environment, in our industry, in our health, medicines, and all products. There's the involvement of chemistry. Recently, over a year ago, and that is based on a program called La Main à Part, in French, dirty your hands, in English, or learning by doing. उसका जो emphasis है वो इस पे है कि जो आपने सीखना है वो करके सीखे, बजाय इसके कि सिर्फ theoretical हो। और कई लोगों का ये ख्याल होता है कि अच्छा आपने जो बात सुनी है एक कान से सुनी दूसरे से निकल गई, लेकिन जो आप काम करके सीखते हैं वो फिर मिलती नहीं है। So that program has been initiated and some 35 schools are participating at the moment, but inshallah we will be expanding that once our critical mass of teachers is developed, so that then we can expand that to other areas. Activity which is very much in line with what we are doing also. Thanks to the French authorities for the support, and above all, I am so grateful to the Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of Pakistan, for sparing time to be with us and not only encourage us but also the young minds that are here today. I thank you very much and God bless you.
And once you know chemistry, you will actually have the power to look at the world in a different way. For example, just think of a farmer who is spraying his fields with pesticides. The farmer can only think, how can he control the pests or the insects and improve the yield of the crops. But chemist is much more interested in what the active ingredient in this pesticide is, how it is killing the pests, how it is affecting the health of the people who are spraying, and what would be the fate of that pest. So that is what the chemist would be looking at. Chemist would always be trying to improve the quality of that pesticide so that it is more effective and it is less harmful. It can easily be degraded, for example. As one of our previous speakers has mentioned, that chemistry is a central science. Once you have a basic knowledge of chemistry, you can actually do wonders in a lot of scientific disciplines, not only the scientific but also the engineering, especially chemical engineering or material science and engineering. You can improve the quality of a lot of products. So there are a lot of applications of chemistry, but due to time limitation, I will just focus on a few ones, which is healthcare, food, energy, environment, and nanotechnology. In healthcare, can you think of the world without having drugs? If we do not have any drug available in the market, what would happen? If simply you don't have aspirin, which is used to relieve your headache. Currently, the market of these drugs is what you can see from here. It is more than $800 billion market of these type of drugs, and each single drug actually requires 10 to 20 years of research in the lab, and chemists are at the forefront, followed by the biologists and medical professionals. Similarly, if you can look at this simple reaction in which nitrogen and hydrogen are combining with each other to form ammonia, this is very simple reaction. But what impact it has on our society? This process was developed by this gentleman, Fritz Haber, who got Nobel Prize in Chemistry, and he developed actually the catalyst by which they can combine nitrogen and hydrogen to produce ammonia, which is then used to produce a lot of nitrogen-based fertilizers. If this process has not been developed, we would have been probably not able to feed 1/3 of our population on this earth at the moment. So this simple reaction, which was developed by this chemist, is able to provide food to at least 1/3 of the community on this world, on this earth. Similarly, the pesticides. Again, the pesticides need a lot of research in the lab before they come into the market. And what people are involved in that kind of research? Essentially the chemists. And if there were no pesticides, for example, you have not been able to control the pest attack on your crops, and there would be food shortage on our earth. Okay. So if you talk about the role of chemistry and energy, for example, this gentleman, Otto Hahn, for example, he was working initially with previous guy, Haber, to develop this ammonia process. And he was able to split atoms into simpler, for example, uranium into simpler atoms. And they found when an atom is separated into some simpler or lighter atoms, there is a lot of energy which is created. And that energy is nowadays used as nuclear energy for nuclear power generation, and that would also even lead to the destruction of the mankind. That depends on how we utilize this nuclear energy, which this gentleman, Otto Hahn, in the beginning actually assumed that how efficiently you can generate energy from simply by splitting an atom. Fossil fuels depletion. Currently, the most of the oil resources, they are based on fossil fuels, which again are chemical. How you extract it from your resource, from the land, and how you purify those for different kind of applications. Chemist has a major role in that. And currently, because it is being depleted, there is a need of sustainable energy resources. And what kind of sustainable energy resources there could be? There is biofuel, solar cells, fuel cells. And all these technologies, chemists are playing a central role in all these type of technologies to produce energy, sustainable energy. I hope you know this guy, this gentleman, Alfred Nobel. He was a Swedish chemist, and he actually made a lot of discoveries, a lot of inventions. He was making actually materials, chemicals to explore the rocks, and he actually developed the dynamite, which is the mixture of nitroglycerin with silica. That can actually be exploded to create a lot of energy. And through the reality of that patent for the production of that dynamite, he instituted this Nobel Prize, which is given especially to the physicists, chemists, medical professionals, and for the Peace Prize. So that he was a chemist, basically. In nanotechnology, chemists are at the forefront to prepare a new material actually, which have very unique properties and enormous applications in almost all disciplines. For example, at LUMS, I myself am working on these type of materials in which we can produce these metal nanoparticles, especially gold, which are of different colors. Then you can attach different proteins or DNA on these materials, and they are of different colors. And once, if you want to use this material for the detection of diseases, different diseases, simply you need a blood serum, add to it, and simply by looking at the change in color, you can tell what kind of disease that patient could have. Similarly, targeted delivery of drugs, cancer diagnostic and cancer treatment. So these kind of nanoparticles, they act as robots, nanorobots, which you can inject in your body. They will scan your body and find where there is tumor. And then you can radiate those nanoparticles where they will accumulated in the tumor and develop strategies to treat the cancer. Similarly, we are developing all these kind of new materials, especially nanowires, which are very useful for microelectronics. And this could be very interesting technique in which we have developed a technology in which you can detect fingerprints from from the chemicals which are excreted. They have the ability to produce nanoparticles which are very visible. And then you can isolate the chemical which is responsible for the formation of those nanoparticles, develop a biobank and print the circuits on different substrates. And using this technology, you can develop then flexible electronics, for example, with nanowires printed on different substrates. Despite all these facts, I am sure our community, our society is still scared of this. Are you? No? Okay, there was no sound, but otherwise you would have been scared. Okay, so if you opt for chemistry, I can guarantee that your future is safe, especially for these young children. And here I have one very important thing. We at Lahore University of Mathematics School, we launched Science and Engineering program in 2008, where every year we admit 200 students who study common courses for 1 year, and at the end of 1 year, they have option whether they want to do electrical engineering, whether they want to do biology, whether they want to do physics or chemistry. And believe me, of those 200 students, there was only one student who opted for chemistry. He had a passion for chemistry. He was fighting from his peers why he is interested in chemistry. He has pressure from his parents. But at the end, what happened? We prepared him, we offered him the courses in such a way that now that batch is going to graduate before the summer. And in the 7th semester, this guy was the first guy at Lund who was offered fully funded PhD scholarship from multiple universities in the world, including University of Illinois at Champaign, which is the top 5 universities for graduate program in chemistry in the world. So this guy, who was initially hiding from his peers, his parents, and we ourselves, we are proud of him. And not only this guy, but another guy who joined chemistry later on, he has now offers from almost 10 universities in the US. So if you have passion for chemistry, or not only for chemistry, I would say, for any science, whether it is biology, physics, computer science, mathematics. So please opt for the subject for which you have passion. That's it. And finally, I would like to thank again the organizers of this. Thank you very much.
And the most institution, and it's once again a very nice pleasure for me. And as you know, we support a project and some project with Pakistan Science Foundation since 3 or 4 years, and we are really satisfied with the job they do every day. And I want to thank all the team from Pakistan Science Foundation, see Farhat on the front, and Raouf is just behind the screen, but he do a very good job, and I want to thank him again, and all the staff you have at the Pakistan Science Foundation, and all the staff you have in Islamabad. And we will continue to support your project. We want to improve and strengthen our collaboration with Pakistan Science Foundation, and we want to have more projects on different other things. And because we are short of time, and I don't want to bother you, and I just want to thank. When I see the audience and look at that student and young girls and young boys, I'm really here to be here with you, and you are the future of your country, and you are the future of your country, and I hope you will enjoy the Expo, you will share your view, about the Expo with your colleagues outside, and etc. And do your best for your country. And I think that with that kind of project, with the collaboration we have with Pakistan institution and Pakistan Science Foundation and the Ministry of Science and Technology, we have some collaboration with LUM, for example. With that kind of project, I think that this is the best picture we can spread outside Pakistan and show the potential of your country. And for this reason, I'm really confident about the future of Pakistan. And thanks again for being here. Thanks again to our colleagues and institutions in Pakistan. And I wish you all the best today and for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. for the introduction. I will just say that master key for the development of country on economic or culture side, social side, is education. And master key for the education is and prioritized subjects is the science subjects, and out of the science subjects, the chemistry is the top priority subject which requires needs and the topmost priority by the provincial governments and the federal government. And the chemistry is the main subject which provides raw material for all efforts made by the different subjects, all inventions made by under the different science subjects. It provides all the raw material and all relevant chemical components which are needed for the invention, for the physical embodiment of all the concepts and all the principles. That is why the chemistry is the most important subject which is required for the development of a country. Government of the Punjab has adopted a policy to shift about 70% of the total enrollment to the science students and 30% for the art students. And that is the priority which is given keeping in view the importance of the science subjects. And recently we are in a process to recruit about 32,000 educators, science teachers, giving the priority out of the teachers. We are just recruiting at the first phase only science teachers, 32,000 science teachers. One thing I would like to submit before the honorable guest and the representative of the Pakistan Science Foundation, that after 18th Amendment and evolution of the subject of education to the provinces, we have got administration of National Museum of Science and Technology, which was initially maintained by the federal government, and this is the only single National Museum of Science in Pakistan located within the vicinity of the Engineering University at Lahore. And if we compare this, as compared to this, India has developed so far about 27 national museums in India. And we have only one Science Museum here at the hall. Although we are trying our best after the evolution to maintain its national character and for its introduction and facilitating to the other provinces and the faculty units to come here and visit the museum. But
और कौन सी क्लासेस पे है हाँ 6, 7 और आप 7 इंग्लिश में कौन सी क्लास में पढ़ाई जाती है स्टडी से मैंने दर्शी को ये तो आपको गवर्नमेंट प्राइवेट स्कूलों से गवर्नमेंट स्कूल से आए थे The one thing more I can see, and I was not sitting over there, but a guy in civil service, he was director general civil service academy. He is my mentor, trainer, and very senior colleague. Glad for him. We were all trained by him, and seeing him over here, I was pleased to have him. It's a great encouragement, sir, to the presence over here. बच्चों ये बेसिकली तो आज सारा ये जो हमने ये मेला लगाया हुआ है जो एक्सपो है बेसिकली तो आप लोगों को है कि आप खुद अपनी आंखों से इस चीज का देखें और केमिस्ट्री है क्या चीज अभी तो मेरा अब जिन क्लासेस में है शायद केमिस्ट्री नहीं पढ़ाई जा रही आप मैट्रिक में जाएंगे और एमएस में तब जाके साइंस के सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ाए जाएंगे जनरली मैं भी पढ़ता रहा हूँ स्कूलों में तो यही होता है कि साइंस सब्जेक्ट से घबराते हैं मुश्किल है ये तो कहीं डॉक्टरी की तरफ या कहीं साइंस बनाने की तरफ जाया जा रहा है और हमारे जमाने में तो ज्यादातर वो आर्ट्स की तरफ ही था तो मकसद यही है इस तरह की ये एग्जीबिशन एक्सपो ये करने का कि आप छोटे छोटे एक्सपेरिमेंट छोटी छोटी चीजें ये दिखाई जाए कि साइंस जो है ये मुश्किल चीज नहीं है इससे घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है आप हर चीज जिसको देखेंगे उसके पीछे कोई लॉजिक नजर आती है उसके पीछे एक साइंटिफिक उसकी रीजन नजर आती है डॉक्टर चाहते हैं कि आपको मटीरियल एटॉमिक एनर्जी है तो उसके पीछे भी कोई आपको नजर आएगा कि ये क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है एयर निकल रहा है तो इसीलिए आपके आता है कि नीचे मेरे जमीन में तेल पड़ा हुआ उसको बॉम्ब करते जा रहे हैं लेकिन तेल बनता कैसे है वो एक फॉस्टर केमिकल रिएक्शन और ये सारी चीजें उनसे बनता है फिर वो तेल निकलता है और आप इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो बुनियादी तौर पर ये सारा कुछ करने का मकसद ये है कि आपके जहनों में वो इंप्रेशन और वो एक तजस्सुस पैदा किया जाए आपके देखने की होता क्यों सिर्फ ये नहीं है हमारे स्कूलों में अनफॉर्चुनेटली वहाँ उदाहरण बढ़ा के घटा लगा के यहाँ पे टीचर्स भी बैठे हुए हैं हमारा सिस्टम ही कुछ ऐसा मैं खुद सिस्टम से निकला हूँ वो घटे घटे लगा के बाद इम्तहान में नाम पास हो गया तो सोचने की जो बात है और वो जो समझने की बात है वो चीज नहीं पढ़ाई जाती हमारे बगल के मुल्कों में और हम स्कूलों में कर की गई तो ये जो सारी एफर्ट हम कर रहे हैं साइंस फाउंडेशन और स्कूलों को भी कि इनसे मैं साइंस कारवान और ये सारे एग्जीबिशन से पूछा कि इनकी क्यों आप इन सारी चीजों को कर रहे हैं तो बुनियादी तौर पर यही है कि साइंस को पॉपुलराइज किया जाए वो डर और खौफ जो बच्चों के जहनों में है वो दूर किया जाए उनमें इंटरेस्ट पैदा की जाए कि ये चीजें आगे देखें और एक तजस्सुस हो उनके ऊपर जब तक वो तजस्सुस पैदा नहीं होगा खुद भी देखेंगे एक छोटी सी चीज की यहाँ बुलबुले बना के उसको दिखा रहे और बुलबुले बन के तो उनकी मुख्तलिफ शेप बन रही थी सोचने की बात यह है कि वो बुलबुले बनते क्यों और उनकी शेप क्यों बनती है तो बेटा कि आप सारे मोबाइल में आपको ये चीजें दिखाने के लिए आज यहाँ सारे इकट्ठे हुए हैं। मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि ऐसे स्कूलों से बच्चे आप बता रहे भाई साहब आपको ये बड़ी अच्छी कॉलेज चिल्ड्रन कॉम्प्लेक्स को चिल्ड्रन लाइब्रेरी को गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पंजाब में गवर्नमेंट जाने के लिए देखें छोटी छोटी इंटरवेंशन की और आज उनका आपके पास ये चीजें देख रहे हैं। मेरा घर साहब है मैं यहाँ रोजाना गुजरता हूँ तो इतना रश होता है यहाँ पे इस कॉम्प्लेक्स के अंदर पिछले पैर कोई ना कोई एक्टिविटी चल रही है गेम्स चल रही है और ऐसी चीजें चल रही है। तो साइंस फाउंडेशन और ये जो हमारा एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट है लाइब्रेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स है तो आई मस्ट कांग्रेचुलेट ऑल ऑफ देम इन ऑर्गेनाइजिंग this kind of activity and these kind of expos and exhibitions and functions and especially I would like to thank and appreciate the cooperation we are getting from the French Embassy recently. We signed an MOU at Islamabad Science Foundation of French Embassy in Iran or Army or Dr. Frederick is a friend, he is helping in all these endeavors, the Ministry of Science and Technology and Science Foundation. उनका भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया और सबसे ज्यादा शुक्रिया बेटा आप लोगों का कि आप आए, आप इन चीजों को देखते हैं आपके टीचर्स का, तो इंशाल्लाह इस तरह की एक्टिविटी मज़ीद भी चलती रहेगी। बहुत बहुत
Special thanks to the host institution, Nadeem Saab, who is sitting in front, and his team. Madam, we are greatly thankful to you for offering us this beautiful venue. And we definitely had a discussion last night with the madam and the team, and we are in the process of thinking new avenues and new areas in which we can extend help in different endeavors which they are doing, and I was quite pleased to see different activities that were going on with the children. Especially I was impressed with the activity which they are doing with the special children. I think this is the only institution which is doing so much for the disabled children too. We should give them a good applause and big hand. I'm thankful to the learned speaker, and I'm thankful to my team too. I know they are very tired. They have started their journey of this expo right from Karachi the first week of January, and in this cold and harsh weather, they are doing a good job and tough job. I wish them good health and success in organizing this expo. Give them good health. Definitely, this is the 4th expo, traveling expo, which has been received from the government of France. I'm thankful to our friend Dr. Frederick for their continuous support, not only in this endeavor, but there are other things in the pipeline which have already been told by the Honorable Chairman. And I would once again thank the Chairman, Pakistan Science Foundation. His continuous support and guidance is with us for organizing all these affairs, for the fairs, for the expos, for all the activities which are being
Feel free to write to Pakistan Science Foundation, visit the website of Pakistan Science Foundation, see wherever you are needed. Our staff is there to help. Not only the senior scientists are being provided different projects on different scientific themes, but we also cater to the needs of fellowships of the students too. Visit our website, please. And in the end, I would like to again thank our worthy chief guest for sparing his valuable time and for being with us this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With this, we come to the end of this ceremony. All of you are invited to have a cup of tea with our chief guest. Thank you, sir.
Abdullah sir, आपका